Hi there, I'm Brad with Evolution Expats, and today we're going to take a look at Latin kitchens. Today in Mexico from Guadalajara, I'm going to show you my exact kitchen. It's a little bit different than what you might be used to, but nothing too difficult to figure out. And of course, before that, I just want to remind you that I have helped over 500 people set up their dream life in over 50 countries. I can do the same for you. Consultations and more information are in the link to get started. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to put on our chef's hat. Crap, I don't have a chef's hat, but I do have a kitchen. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that. So let's get started. So the first thing that you're going to notice about the Mexican kitchen is the cabinets, or lack thereof. Let's take a look here and see exactly what we've got. That's the whole kitchen. Now we've got these cabinets up here, but I'm the only one in the world that can use these. These are handy if you have roommates, but most people aren't going to be tall enough to use those. All right. There's your sink, and there's your island. Now, can you guess where the silverware might be in here? Did you guess here? That's where it is. And of course, there's only 2 cups, plus the one that I've got right there. Item 2 in a Mexican kitchen that will be different. Counter space. There's not a lot of counter space to do your prep, so you're going to have to be judicious. Right there, you got the dish rack and a couple of appliances, so that's off limits. Right here, we got a tiny little space, and over here is where you do most of your prep, where my chef's hat would be if I had one, but I don't. Item 3 that you'll notice that's different in a Mexican kitchen than back home is there is no dishwasher. This is the sink. There is not a dishwasher hidden behind any of those. That's just my appliances or cleaning utilities or whatever. You'll be using a dish rack. You'll be doing dishes by hand. Now, the Mexican solution for the middle and upper class is actually you just get a housekeeper that takes care of that for you every day. Put it in there, she arrives, cleans it all, puts it away. Everything is good as new. Something that you can look forward to. Or you could get one installed, but it is something that you're going to have to go above and beyond to get because it's not going to come standard. Right, item 4 in the Mexican kitchen that will be different is there is no disposal. You cannot just be putting your food down your drain, because there is nothing under there to grind it up. What you have are these little baskets, and they will be both in those. And you'll need to get used to using those. If you don't have those when you move in, you're going to want to get them. Otherwise, you're going to end up with your sink being completely plugged. So if you're one of those people that's used to putting half your dinner down the disposal instead of just throwing it away, that's going to have to change. Item 5 that's different in a Mexican kitchen than back home, the fridge and the fridge hole. This is a full-size fridge and a full-size fridge hole. A lot of Mexican apartments are designed with a very smaller fridge in mind. So that's one thing you'll need to keep in mind, that your fridge may not fit that. Now, why do I say your fridge? Because the fridge is not part of the apartment. If you rent an apartment in the traditional way that's unfurnished, it will not have a fridge in it. So you're going to have to buy your own fridge, or more commonly, you bring your own fridge from one apartment to another. But they do not always have the same size fridge hole. So that is something that you're going to have to keep in mind. Additionally, fridges down here do not have water in them. So if you're one of those people that gets your water from the fridge or has to have that water, you don't have it. But there are other solutions. We'll go over those later. All right, item 6 in a Mexican kitchen that's going to be different than back home is electrical outlet access. This is the only electrical outlet in my entire kitchen. This entire place, no electrical outlets. Now, where you would have them in the United States, the island to code would have one on both sides. The island down here absolutely does not, which means your appliances, toaster, and air fryer are going to have to be rotated in as you need them, either over there or somewhere else. There are some strange solutions that I'll see, but it's not going to be quite as convenient that way. All right, item 7 that will be different than back home is this hood over your stove. They all have some version of it. This is a nice, beautiful one. Rounded glass, but the problem is, yes, I am 6'4", but it is extremely low, which means if you want to stir the pot, you're going to be doing the limbo. Now, if you're a little bit shorter, that's not going to be a problem. The other thing that's going to drive you crazy, you got to keep this clean. Dust, grease, all of that gets up here. You're going to have to clean that pretty regularly. Or hire that maid we talked about earlier. She'll take care of all that for you. All right, now item 8. Water. Where do you get your drinking water? Now, the water from the tap isn't going to make you sick. It's perfectly good for washing your hands and your vegetables and your dishes. But in Mexico, we drink our water out of the jugs, which means you're going to need to have one of these. You can get your hot water, room temperature water, and your cold water out of there. Something that you'll adjust to. You buy these anywhere, they have them delivered. Every apartment complex will have Coke, Pepsi, multiple times a week come by. They deliver them right to your door, or you can go get them if you prefer a more specialty kind. But you will not have it coming out of the fridge, and you just don't drink it out of the sink like you do back home. So a little bit different, but once you get used to it, not really that big of a deal. It's kind of like at the office when you have your water cooler. If you got one of those, then you'll be fine with this. Item 9. Sliding spice rack. Every kitchen has one of these, and it's actually probably the coolest innovation that you don't have right now. Sliding spice rack right here in the island next to your cooking spot. All of your salts, spices, jalapeno powders, tajin, all of it right there. All of it readily at your fingertips. One of the cool upgrades that you will get down here in Mexico. All right, item 10. Microwave. This is the microwave hole. It's nice and built in here. It isn't always. But this microwave did not come with the apartment. So luckily my microwave fit here. If your microwave is too big for the microwave hole, you're going to have a little bit of trouble. There are a couple of workarounds, but keep that in mind as you move, as you buy a microwave. Maybe wait till you've got your apartment so that you know exactly what size that you need, so you end up with one that actually fits. All right, now item 11, your oven. There's no such thing in Mexico as those 2 oven setups that you see a lot in the United States. You could get it custom installed if you're building, but you're probably not going to find that in the apartments that you rent. The thing about the ovens is Mexicans like to fry things and saute things, so you are not going to get a gigantic oven. All right, this is my hand, that's the oven. Thanksgiving, not a holiday here, so being able to cook a 30-pound turkey, not something that's going to be terribly easy for you. You're also going to watch out Celsius. Make sure you pay attention and make sure you do your conversions really well, or you will be burning all of your cookies. And finally, item 11. In Mexico, we love cooking with gas. Absolutely every apartment that you have, from the most expensive to the cheapest government housing, will have gas cooking stoves. You have a gas cooking range, which means you will be cooking like a pro in no time. Everything is going to get done a lot faster. Everything's going to be a lot more delicious. Everybody knows gas tastes better. So that's an upgrade that a lot of you are going to have moving from those electrical or the convection ovens to the gas service that we have here. And so there you have it. 11 things that are a little bit different about your kitchen that you'll have in Mexico. None of these things are prohibitive. None of these things will make you hate your life, question your decision. Just little adjustments that you have to get used to. Just kind of like when you move from apartment to apartment or from house to house in the United States. Things are a little bit different, but none of this will make you regret your decision. In fact, some of it's actually a lot more fun. Cooking with gas, spice racks everywhere, the freshest water. It's absolutely worth it. So get started with a consultation with me. Be sure to subscribe for more of the insider information on exactly what is different about living in Mexico or living in any Latin country. And we will see what we can do to get you started on your life down south.